Hey up, welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop and thank you so much for joining me again. Okay, we're moving on with the restoration of this case for this radio, and this is how far we've got. We sanded it all down, we got rid of the decal and the sticky label that was covering it up. There has been a blemish appear there. Now I don't know if it's somebody's put a cigarette on it or whatever, but let me get you in on it so you can see it's there, but there's not a lot I can do about that really. The front looks better. We smoothed all these out and stabilised it all. There was 3. It doesn't look too bad. Obviously the camera never lies, so let me get you close in on that. It looks a hell of a lot better than it did before. I think I'm going to put them on the back burner. We've put the feet back on the bottom, now the base. I've repaired a big chip out of it. And as you can see, it's not the best job, if I'm honest with you. The wood doesn't match up at all with this veneer. And it did shrink a little bit. You see there's a bit of a gap here. It's better than it was before, but it's obviously been repaired. Now, when I start saying it's better than it was before, it's usually because I'm not 100% happy with it, and I perhaps will revisit it, because I don't know about you guys, if it starts to go a bit wrong, I find it better just to leave it a few days and look at it with fresh eyes again, and perhaps have another go at it. I might end up sanding all that out again. It is on the base, you can't see it, but I like things. I'm so glad it's not on the sides, because that just wouldn't do at all. You couldn't have that on the sides at all. So for now, I'm going to put this on one side. We'll just put it at the back there. And I'm going to move on to the knobs, which have been bleached. They've come up quite well with the bleach. Now I looked on the one picture I can find on the internet again, they've got these ends that they actually look gold, but I think they are supposed to be silver, and that's how they've come up. This one's got a big chip out of it. And what I'm intending to do is use that one here, which is just for the waveband selection. I'm going to try and repair this chip. For the end bits, I have got there's only one missing. So there's one in here. There might have been gold. I could always do them gold at the end. But what I'm going to do, so they sort of fit in there like that. What I'm going to do is try and make one of them using this as a template. A Wien shot. I think they were gold, perhaps the bleach has just taken that off it. I might just do them silver, make it unique. Oh, that's a bit wobbly, isn't it? I'll have to have a look at that as well. It's only wobbly down this end, and if it's not tight on the back. But we're going to have a go at filling this in best we can. So I'm going to get my thinking cap on and decide how we're going to fill that. I don't know if it's a plastic filler, I'm not sure, on a piece of plastic. So anyway, we go, oh look at that, that's landed and it's stood up perfectly. Look at that, I bet I can't do that again. Let's knock it over. There we go. That was amazing, wasn't it? Okay, right, let's get our thinking caps on and see how we're going to go about this knob. Okay, I've been looking around the house and I've stolen this Tupperware lid. When I brought it up, I've noticed it's got these circle emblems on it, and they actually line up perfectly to the right size of these end caps. So there is some luck out there sometimes. Now what I'm going to attempt to do, and as that saying in war goes, after the first bullet is fired, all plans turn to dust. I'm going to attempt to cut one of these out. It's about the same thickness. These are metal, but it's about the same thickness, and hopefully it actually looks a little bit bigger. Looks a little bit bigger. I'll have to measure it up and try to cut the circle perfectly, just within the lines of them. You see, it's slightly bigger, and see what mess we can make with this. Right, okay, I'll just get you in here so you see what I'm doing. I'm saying again, aren't I? I'm using these side snips, and because it's really brittle, this plastic, as I put tension on, the side snips move closer to the line. I have been doing this under a magnifier. I'm just getting it as close to that edge as I can, just working my way around, and then I'll just keep trimming and trimming and trimming until it slots into there. Okay. So as I carried on, I thought to myself, oh, that'd be great for doing your toenails with these side snips. And I thought, oh, actually toenail clippers have a curved edge, so perhaps they'd be good at the job. No, I can't see because the camera's in the way. Oh, and they do a really good job at getting that curved edge. So I'm going to work my way around and hopefully get something that resembles a circle and see if it fits. Okay. So, okay, after a lot of trimming and using some sandpaper, eventually ended up with something that resembles a circle. And let me move this out of the way so we can see what's going on. Okay, and fits. So all we've got to do is decide what colour we're having them. Oh, we've got to do this bit. This is going to be fun, isn't it? What we're going to do with that. Eventually we've ended up with one that will work. I'll just get all the burr off it. It'll scratch it up, but it is going to end up being painted. So again, I think I'm doing a full video on knobs. Okay, so that fits in nicely. Right, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to clean all this these trimmings up. Never bother with man caves side snips. Okay, I'm going to clear all this up. I'll end up wiping that away as well and decide what we're going to do with that crack. Right, okay. Because of what I've got lying about, what I've decided to do with this is to pack it up with paper on the inside, and then I've got some decorator's cork lying about, and it's only a tiny piece, so I'm going to try and build it up and put the lines in, like I say, because I've got it lying about. Turning into like a Blue Peter channel, this, isn't it? Now I'll be using double-sided sticky tape before you know it. But I am just using stuff that I've got to hand. So we'll have a go with the decorator's cork and see what happens. Right, so as we said, with put some decorator's chalk in there, packed it up with some tissue. I'm going to let that go off now and hopefully be able to sand it down and match it all up. So for now we can, what can we do? Oops, I went over the wrong way, didn't it? For now, while that goes off, that's fine like that. While that goes off, I've got a pin there to sort of scribe out the lines after. We'll get on with getting all the burr. I've got it all on my hands. Get on with getting the burr off this, and we'll get these these painted up. There's the other one. Yeah, we'll get these painted up ready. I bet that won't come out of there. So while everything dries, we can go off, have a cup of tea, get on with our daily lives, come back to it when it's all set and cured. Just a quick hint, if you're painting fiddly bits, just get some sticky tape, double it over, stick them to that, and then you can paint them and they won't move about all over the place. Okay, let's let all that dry off and come back to it in a bit. So, okay, moving on, I had it go at finishing these knobs off. I decided to go with gold. And then I looked at the pictures again and they were actually silver. But I think the gold kind of fits in more. Now this one that's been repaired is okay-ish. I still need to blend and sand this bit of repair work down, but it's okay. It's a lot better than it was, that's for sure. And this is going to go on this section here, which is just a band selector. So it actually doesn't move much, and when it's on I can hide the repair bit to the bottom, and then it'll just flick this way and this way. It should be okay. I think it'll be okay anyway. Now, I did notice that this was loose, and when I pulled it a bit more, the whole thing comes off because it's come unglued, which is good because there is a bit of a mark around the volume area here. So I'm just going to give that a wipe over now and see if we can't clean that up a little bit. Let's start off. You've got to be careful with these. Don't want to pull the backing off, otherwise it'll have big holes in it and it won't look very good at all. So I'm just going to get a wipe and see if we can't get rid of them. Yeah, it's just dirt, look. Literally just going to wipe this over and that's it. And then we will, see, that's come up nice and clean. There's no scratches on it that I can see of. And then we'll re-glue this back on so it doesn't fall off again. And I think what we'll do, we're going to put the case on one side for now and move along with the next bit. I think we're getting quite close, but you just never know with these things. So as always, thank you for watching. Thanks for the comments. Really like the comments. And be good to each other. And I will catch you in the next video.